Are you interested in learning how to fish?
Oh, they're already biting it. Pull, 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 pull. Oh, you got him.
For many, first experiences fishing happen in places just like this. We are blessed in the United States to have state and national parks with ponds stocked with fish just for visitors like you. Fishing can be as easy as putting a worm on a hook and throwing it in the water and pulling them out all day long, or spending all day out on the lake chasing largemouth bass and not getting a single bite. But that's why they call it fishing and not catching. This channel is dedicated to my grandfather, Burl Jenkins. Now that I'm a grandfather, it's time for me to teach you how to fish, but with a modern twist using technology, current baits, and techniques that have changed over time. But we'll start with the very basics, the most simple forms of fishing, working our way up to chasing largemouth and smallmouth bass. Now there's two types of fishing, freshwater and saltwater. Being that I'm in the Midwest, out here in beautiful southern Indiana, we'll only focus on freshwater techniques. We're going to start with the very basics: rod, reel, line, hook, bait, catch a fish. In the future, we'll get into more advanced techniques, we'll review products, talk about other methods of fishing, but for now it's all about catching your very first fish. If you catch your very first fish, leave me a comment down below, or go find my Instagram page up in the banner and tag me in your picture so I can see how you did. Today we're going to start with fishing in its very simplest form. We're going to go after some panfish. Panfish generally got their name because they were small enough to fit in a small frying pan. We're talking about bluegill, crappie, and other small sunfish like these, the very simplest ones to catch. Today we're going to start with a simple spin casting rod. Now my spin caster is a Zepco, and there's probably not a whole lot of fishermen in this country that didn't start out with this basic rod and reel combo. You can pick it up in any retail stores and they're super simple to put together. Now if you are brand new to fishing and don't know anything about this equipment, I've got a video right here where I unpackage this, talk about all the parts and pieces and the fishing kit that come with it, and how you take this reel, put it on the rod, and run your line and do your basic setup. This is called the fishing rod. This is called the fishing reel. Inside the reel we have fishing line. This one comes pre-strung with 10-pound fishing line. Now what do the weights of the fishing line mean? Well, if this is rated for 10 pounds, that means that this line should be able to hold a 10-pound fish without it breaking off. Now something to know, when you tie a knot into this fishing line, say attaching your fish hook to the end, you lose a third of the strength. So if you've got 10-pound line, take a third off of that, and that's the size fish you should be able to expect to hold. So tie a knot in this 10-pound line, you're talking between 6 and 6.5 pound fish. That's still a pretty good sized fish here in my state. But we're starting this video going for fish that weigh ounces, not pounds. We might get lucky and catch a 1 or 2 pound bass. Hey, you never know. But we're going for the small panfish. Now, the way this operates, we push this thumb button here and hold it in, and that keeps the line from coming out. When we go to make our cast, we rear back and let it fly forward, and when the rod tip passes your head going towards the water, you let off the thumb and the line will come out. Once the bait hits the water and is where you want it, you simply start reeling and it closes the bail inside. All right, so a couple of things you want to make sure you bring with you. Set of pliers for squeezing down your split shot on the line or using to pull the hook out of the fish's mouth, and a small pair of scissors or nail clippers for clipping the end of the line after we tie our knot. Now before you even head to the water, there's a few things you need to do. Check your fishing license requirements. If you're over 18, you're probably going to need a fishing license. In some states, the age is 15. So check your state regulations to make sure that you're compliant before you go. Many states offer free fishing days, just so you can see if you want to get out and see how you like fishing. All right, so now we'll start getting our fishing tackle together. Fishing tackle is what connects us, the angler, to the fish. So we're going to start this first connection by connecting our hook to our fishing line. This is going to be using a simple polymer knot, and I'll link a video up here so that you can go back and watch close up with high visibility line so you can see how I tie this on. So now we've connected our line to the little bitty hook. All right, next thing, we're going to feed the line onto our split shot, and we're just going to pinch it onto the line, and then we'll take our pliers and give it another pinch, and I'll put it up anywhere from 4 to 6 inches above the hook. And then I'm going to attach our float. This is just a little plastic bobber. They make various types of bobbers. You have round ones, you have stick bobbers, pencil bobbers. But today I'm just going to stick with the bobber that came with the little fishing kit. So what you do is you pull down the little spring until that slot right there is revealed. And you just feed the fishing line through that and then let the spring go. And then it traps the line up into the bobber like that. So here I have the hook in one hand, the split shot 4 inches down, and then the bobber about, I don't know, 12, 14 inches up. It'll really just depend on how deep the water is, but this is just something to get us started with. Now, using hook, line, and sinker and a bobber is fishing at its most basic form. You just take your bait, put it on the end, cast it out, watch for the bobber to go into the water, and gently set the hook. So let's talk about bait for panfish. You can get red worms or night crawlers either by going out and lifting up some rocks around your yard or pieces of wood, or most of your retail stores have refrigerators like this that have night crawlers and red worms in them. If you get night crawlers, you can just take some scissors and cut them into smaller chunks. You don't need, anything too big here. If it's a red worm, you can just wrap it around the hook a few times and poke it through. Now, if you wanted to keep it super simple and just buy a rod and reel and line that doesn't have the little fishing kit, you can pick up something simple like this that has the line with the hook already tied to it and a weight and a bobber. You just use a simple improved clinch knot. We'll post that video up here. Tie this on, hook on the bobber, and you're set. If you're trying to keep it so simple, a 3, 4, 5-year-old can do it. Highly recommend the spin combo. You can help them cast, then hand them the rod, tell them to watch the bobber. When the bobber goes under the water, just lift.
Oh, they're already biting it. Pull, 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 pull. You got him, reel, reel.
We interrupt this video with an impromptu visit from my granddaughter Sky, who's never been fishing or caught a fish before. Let's go.
Let's see, that's a little too deep. I see him swimming.
Can you throw it over there?
Yeah, is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, right there.
Right here. Here, in your hand.
Okay. Yeah, hold my hand right here.
Oh, they're already biting it. Pull, 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 pull.
Oh,
You got him, reel. You got him, Sky. You got a bluegill. Don't back up, reel. You got to reel him up. Reel. There you go, good job. Okay, step over this way so you can lift him up. We keep reeling.
Oh,
Yay! You got a bluegill.
do it again.
You got a bluegill.
I want to fish again.
Good job. Good job. I'm gonna put him back in right now. He won't. I'm letting him go right there.
Ooh, that's a big splash.
You caught a big bluegill. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
All right. You did so good.
All right, wasn't that easy? If you want to learn how to fish, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Bang that little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you like videos like this, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so YouTube will share it to other people who are looking for videos like this. I love fishing and I know you will too. If you need help assembling your spin casting combo, watch this video right here. If you want to see how I tied those knots, I'll link them right here. We'll see you next time.